Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we're talking the top 10 most hyped decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! For the future. Keep in mind, this is my personal list, so everybody's going to have their own. Feel free to go ahead and throw your list down below, even if you don't have 10 whole archetypes you're really that excited for. Feel free to, go ahead and throw that down below. Love to hear from you on that. But as for today, we need to get into this. There's a lot to get to. I'm not going to spend too much time on any one archetype, hopefully. We're going to kind of skim through and give you the basics on why I'm really excited for all these archetypes, and we'll go from there. Keep in mind, I am not a top tier meta player. I like playing more rogue decks, more interesting decks, stuff that's different. I don't like playing mirror matches. I don't like playing against like a hard tailored hate for my specific deck by playing a meta deck, right? So, and I like playing more mid range decks. So that's kind of my two biggest criteria that I look for when I'm looking for a deck. A solid rogue deck that can still compete, that also plays the style I like, which is closer to mid-range more so than combo or anything else, right? So let's get into it. Let's start off with our honorable mentions here. This is going to start with Magistus. You guys know I've been a Magistus truther for the last like 6 to 8 months. I still like the direction the deck is going in. It's just not there yet, to be honest. They're going to get their new support in Battles of Legend. It will probably even see play as an engine in other decks like Draco Tail, but that's kind of the extent I think that they're at the moment. I still think they have a good base, and I think if they do get more cards like they should throughout the rest of 2025, maybe at the end of 2025, we could actually see them culminate in a legit playable deck. But until they get there, I can't really move them up here into the list. Another honorable mention I got to throw out there is Ice Barrier. They get the new doll, I like the Ice Doll cards in Battles of Legend as well. Just not enough. I like the idea of Ice Barrier. It just can't compete. I think it's just kind of overshadowed right now, so it's going to need a little more than that. But it is a nice little package they can mess around with. Let's get into the actual list though. Number 10 for me is Utopia. I like this a lot, and I think some people are going to be upset with this one just because, Utopia is a main character archetype, and I think a lot of people are going to be excited for it. I think it does have potential as a rogue deck, but that's kind of where it ends. And I know I like rogue decks, but my problem with this deck, I think, on the surface, from bird's eye view, I haven't even like in-depth tested it yet, but it feels like the kind of deck that like doesn't love Fulos, doesn't love Perulia, doesn't love Droll, doesn't love Nib. And those cards are very highly played right now, and potentially when this comes out in early June in Duelist Advance, we'll still be seeing a lot of play. And so I don't know if a deck like this can just hang around with like really hindering cards to what you're able to do like that just in every deck. So I don't know. I still like a lot of what they can do. They feel like discount Ryziel a little bit, not going to lie. Ryziel at home. But I love the names. And I still think they're like decent for what they are. So they still sneak into the list at number 10. Number 9 for me is Canine. This one's funny because it's not even really a Canine pick. It's actually more of a Cristron pick. You guys know I love Cristrons. And Cristron's one of the better decks, or at least probably the best deck in the game right now. That also happens to play enough level 5s and good ways to get access to level 5s. And so that kind of mixes really cleanly with Canine. They actually have really good synergy with just other level 5 bodies. And so there's really good synergy there. It's been the most popular way to play Cristron lately is Canine Cristron, which is pretty cool. You play even a bigger package than just like the 3 Zuna and the Wolf, which is cool. And yeah, I think it just may be the way to go with Cristron, and I love Cristron. So it's kind of a Cristron pick, but we'll give it to Canine here for the artwork because it's their cards that are doing the real changing there at number 9. Number 8 for me, Dark Magician. This is the newest news on this whole list, right? Dark Magician just got their new stuff announced last night, and they're pretty strong, man. The new fusion's really good. Both fusions are honestly solid, especially the Searcher. And the new quick play spell is also really solid. There's a lot to like about it. We also don't even have confirmation this is all that they're getting. They're going to get other stuff too, presumably, and so they could move up here. I could also see how they play, and I don't love the idea of it. And they could move down for me. We don't know, but it's still cool. I've always liked Dark Magician more than Blue Eyes. That's another thing for me. There. So the one thing on this one is because it's so new, so fresh in terms of reveals, we don't even have this announced for the TCG yet. So this one is a ways away, I would guess, from getting ported over to here. And also Canine is from Justice Hunters. Should be early August for the TCG. Keep that in mind. So there's your number 8. Moving on to number 7. I have Punk. Punk's a weird one. I I've kind of been underwhelmed by its representation in the OCG. I actually thought it would perform a little better than it has. Not that I thought it'd be crazy. I just thought, could it get two tops on this Road to the King? Could it get two tops on this Road to the King? I like can't find it anywhere, and I'm kind of surprised because the new main deck monster is really good. The new Exceed monster is really good, and the new 11 Juraishin also really solid. Kind of just shocked that it hasn't really popped up at all for them. Maybe it'll be different here in the TCG. I just have to believe that this engine still has enough chops to kind of hang around, but I don't know. That's kind of why I tempered them and kind of kept them on the back half of this list, and number 7 here. But still excited, and they still land here. This is another Battles of Legend archetype, so mid-June, expect this one. Number 6 for me is Yummy, and people are going to be like, what? Yummy's so low. Or I guess so high, I guess is the way to say it. Yummy could have been number 1 for me, not going to lie. But here's my problem. I'm a rogue player. I'm scared Yummy is going to be one of, if not the best deck in the game when it comes out, depending on ban lists and what Konami does to the best decks right now. But I love the way the deck plays. I love the aesthetic of the archetype. I get tired of waifus. I get tired of dragons. I get tired of big machines. So it's a breath of fresh air with the artwork. I love the play style. I'm just scared it's going to be one of, if not the best decks in the game. So, yeah, it's tough. It's tough there. So I still like them a lot, and I could find myself playing them for sure if they maybe come out and end up being like a tier 2, you know what I mean? High tier rogue deck rather than like top tier. But I'm not convinced yet. I feel like they are going to end up in there. So they're number 6. Yeah, number 6. Moving into the top 5 here. We start off top 5 with Sky Striker. I like a lot of stuff about Sky Striker. I love the play style. It's very control heavy. It's very resource oriented. That's a lot right up my alley. The new Link 2 is crazy. The new Link 1 is nice utility, and the new quick play spell also good recursion, and even they're just strongest interruption now. It's a double non-targeting bounce. Like that's just really strong. That can end a turn on its own sometimes if you time it right. So yeah, I like a lot about what I'm seeing with Sky Striker. I also think it has ways to play around a lot of the big cards. You know what I mean? You get Fool Lost, you can just use Ray to make the new girl and just give them one draw and get advantage and pass on multiple interruptions. Like that works. I just think the deck's really malleable, and I think it might even have enough chops nowadays to go first and feel fairly confident in it, right? Not like, oh, we're going to get run over and OTK'd. And that's really cool. So I like a lot of it. I do think there's a chance they're really good. I'm not totally sure yet. They are in Duelist Advanced, so early July we're going to see this, but we haven't seen enough from the OCG yet to really have conclusive evidence on how good they can actually compete. And Yummy is also just as Hunters with K9, so early August for those two, and Sky Striker fitting in a Duelist Advance in early July. But yeah, there you go. Sky Striker, number 5 for me, which brings us to number 4. And unfortunately, falling out of the top 3, honestly, a fall from grace. Dragon Maid. I think the last time I made this video, I don't remember for sure, but I think Dragon Maid might have been my number 1 on this list, which is crazy because now it's fallen to number 4. And it's not even necessarily been overtaken by like a bunch of new stuff. It's kind of just, I've had a change of heart a little bit. Not too bad. You're still number 4. Like, you know what I mean? I'm still excited for it. I'm worried that when this deck gets hand trapped on its normal summon, it can struggle. It can really, really struggle. And that's going to happen fairly regularly. So I don't know. I still see 2 Dragon Maids on like every Road to the King. So like somebody's finding success with it. So that's at least giving me hope that I can at least, as a rogue deck, it can be fine. But I worry about that. It's made me drop it at least a couple spots. But still, everything else still reigns true for this deck. The new Fusion is phenomenal. It's like a conditional link 1 that just like summons one from deck and then makes an Omni negate on your opponent's standby phase. It is truly an insanely powerful card. And the new like big form of chamber, also just a nice addition to the deck as well. So I still like it. I'm still excited for it. It's just waned a little bit. It's gone from like top tier for me to like tier 2. And that's kind of represented here with it being in the middle column as opposed to the top column here. So that's my number 4. Number 3, Orcus. Orcus kind of moved up for me. I am excited for them. The weird thing with the timeline is that the OCG had Orcus for like a month prior to Alliance Insight coming out. So we got to see this deck be the best deck in the game for them for a month. We're not going to have that month. We've already had Alliance Insight for a couple weeks now. We're still not going to get this for another month. And I don't expect it to be top tier. I definitely know it can compete. It has a little bit of Cristron syndrome, which, to be fair, I've been playing Cristron this whole time, so like I'm not afraid of Cristron syndrome. But this deck is going to catch strays from Malice, right? Everybody already has Lancey on their side. A lot of people also have like Chaos Hunter on their side. This deck doesn't love either of those, so that's tough. But it is what it is, you know. And the deck still gets rogue tops in the OCG, so I'm really excited for it. I like Orcus. I think they're really consistent. I think they're powerful enough. I think their grind is crazy. It's just the silver bullets that you have to deal with from Malice. But outside of that, I'm very excited for it. So the Link 1's crazy. The Link 4 is forgettable, but the Link 1 is everything. So yeah, that card's phenomenal. And I'm excited to play Orcus. Simple as that. This is also a Battles of Legend archetype. So is Dragon Maid. Keep that in mind. So mid-June. Next up, number 2. Vanquish Soul. Yeah, as soon as I told you guys I like mid-range decks, you guys had to have known that Vanquish Soul was going to be on here. Their new cards are lovely. They're just so good. The new main deck monster and the new field spell card, both phenomenal for the deck. The Exceeds, whatever, it's fine, but those two cards really help a lot. They help the deck with consistency. They help you with maintaining the exact right attributes you need to have in hand to facilitate the best of your Vanquish Soul engine, and it's great. It's going to be in Duelist Advance alongside with Sky Striker and Utopia, so early July, and I just always love the play style of this one. It fits. It has had a good showing on week 1. I'm honestly surprised because this deck and Sky Striker, historically known to be pretty hard decks to play. I thought that might mean that there were less people trying to play it competitively, just because you can have more, you can end up losing more games just because you misplay, because it's a harder deck to play. But this deck performed like the 4th best deck in the OCG after the first week or two in Duelist Advance, which is pretty respectable. We'll see what happens from there. It might just be week 1, week 2 hype, and people might be like, okay, I tried it, and I'm gonna play something different that's better. But we'll see. But I hope it's not top tier. I hope it's somewhere a little bit under that, but still totally can compete. That's what I'm hoping for. But I love Vanquish Soul. I'm really excited for this one. Which brings us to number 1, and at this point, number 1 on my list is Gem Knights. I'm not gonna lie, this one's probably a little bit skewed just because Battles of Legend is the next set we're gonna get, so it's the closest thing I can taste as far as new options for decks go, and that may have moved this one up for me because kind of my most hyped thing from Battles of Legend right now. But Gem Knights are really cool. Konami in one 4-card wave turned an archetype I hated because the only experiences I ever had with Gem Knights were losing to an FTK to like a deck I'm really excited to play. Their engine in the main deck is so cool. The 2 monsters and the new spell are actually so nice. It's a really solid core of engine cards. The only downside for the deck is they don't really have their own end board pieces going first. So you have to utilize Fiendsmith. You have to utilize IP Masquerena. You have to utilize Silhouette Rabbit maybe. You have to take advantage of like generic, cards to make use of the bodies the engine gives you. But like, those things exist, and those things are strong enough. If I'm ending on Fiendsmith package, a Omni Negate off of, the Gem Knight Hollow Core, IP Masquerena, and maybe Silhouette setting something, like that's plenty good enough. Or even the new Link 3 is just kind of like a walking trident. That also works. But yeah, I'm excited for him. I really am. So yeah, Gem Knights, what a turnaround. They're the most hyped thing for me from Battles of Legend, mid-June, 1 month away, basically. Yeah, I can't wait. So there you go. That's my number 1. Rora, you are just in the way today. All right, but that's everything for me. There's my top 10 list. Let me know what your guys' list is down below. Like I said, even if it's not 10 archetypes, even if it's 2 archetypes, or 1 archetype even that you just love and you're so hyped that it's getting support, throw in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys are most hyped for into the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! But this is my list. I'm out of here for today. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for news. I didn't even expect Dark Magician stuff yesterday, and that was pretty dang hype. So, stay tuned because you never know when really hype news is going to drop. And I'll be all over that. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.